Hey, Magic fans, welcome back. This is your captain speaking here on Capnclydes MTG. I'm at Gen Con, but before I run off, I think I need to make this video to kind of give you guys a heads up of what's going on because is Wizards just reprinting cards into oblivion as we talk about reprint equity to destroy the secondary market because that's the only way they can get money out of it? Well, let's find out, shall we? Before we get started, don't forget, comment, like, subscribe, hit that notification bell, comments down below. We're going to feed that YouTube algorithm, and I appreciate everything you do as it keeps the channel sponsor free. Now, first things first, let's get this out of the way. Yes, we all know, if you don't know, but I know that you know that Post Malone bought the One Ring. I think it was 2.6 million. And the guy who pulled it thought to himself, who would really want this other than Post Malone? And I'm not gonna lie, if I would have pulled it, I probably would have called Post 2. However the hell you call Post Malone. Like, is that even a fucking thing? Like, how do you call Post Malone? Anyway, point being, um, yeah, Post Malone bought it. Post Malone now owns the One Ring along with the best Black Lotus ever. Shocker. So, moving on. So, with that being said, now let's take a look at something. Here we have part of the enchantment sheet from Wilds of Eldraine. Do you notice anything interesting on it? Well, I noticed that we just got a printing of Doubling Season and Smothering Tide and Rhystic Study in Commander Masters. We just got a printing of this. So we're getting a back-to-back reprinting of some of the same cards. Now, mind you, this sheet's going to have 30 cards on it. So there very well could be more land tax, for example, and other things that are probably going to be on this sheet that just got a printing in Commander Masters. And you may think to yourself, but that's great, and this is new art, and yada, yada, yada. Yeah, sure, it is. But let's do the math real quick and have a honest, objective conversation about what this really is. Okay? This is them selling a product at a very high price point and then reprinting the exact same cards or some of them in the very next product they release at half or 1/3 the cost. So let me say it again for the people in the cheap seats. If you get these cards out of Eldraine, you will pay at least half or 2/3 less than you would have if you bought it in Commander Masters. So let's take a look at that as we get into it. So what this means is, first off, you have Doubling Season. Here's the current price. Market price 51. It's already down to 47. This is from Commander Masters. As you can see, with the announcement of the new Wilds of Eldraine stuff, it has taken a steep decline into oblivion. And the foil of this is worth less than the non-foil. What world are we living in where the foil of a card is worth less than the card itself? You want to know why? Well, that's because everybody has one of these by now because they're printing it into the dirt. And at the same time, charging us out the butt to get a chance to get one of these cards. So, and this is just the base copy. If you keep looking, we have the etched foil copy. Some people like it, some people hate it. Pick your poisons, whatever. I personally like the etched foils. $71 market price, down to 52. Yes, another copy of this, which has plummeted only in foil, starting out at close to 100. Now it says here 70, but they're getting sold for 50. So, yeah. Another victim of this catastrophe, Smothering Tide. You can see here, it went down pretty good for a while, but when we got the announcement for the fact that it's going to be an Eldraine for almost for the base cost of a regular pack, dud. And I'm sure it's not done going down yet. This was easily a $25 to $30 card at first release of Commander Masters. Then it went down to around 17 or 18. Now it's down to 15. And this will continue to go down. As you can see, it's selling for $14.78. It's not even at 15. Like, this is so far behind. and you can see a straight decline in the foil. Even the special price card is the alternate art Smothering Tide is $15. It is 25 cents more expensive than the regular one. Now, the foil actually has a little bit of price in it, but as you can see, it again has hit the bricks, if you will, as it plummets to its death from back-to-back reprints. And this is the conversation I'm trying to have with you guys about being objective, about having something that you don't care if it's worth money, but the fact that you have to pay a lot of money to get it, and then it becomes worthless, or the minute you pay that money, you do get it, it's already worthless. Who wants to pay $40, $50 for a pack, 20, 30, whatever, to get a card that you know is going to be worth $5 because they reprint it in every pack, every set? For example, why would I buy Commander Masters when I could possibly just go get one out of a box of Eldraine? Now, granted, there's odds this and odds that. This is upshifted to Mythic. It's already going to be hard to get anyway. But for the price of an Eldraine box, you get more packs at half the price, if not even cheaper, with the odds to get this same card. And to be honest, the card's prettier in Eldraine, especially if you get the anime version, which is just magnifique. Now, with that said, that's where I think cards like the anime version and stuff like that should have high prices. They should be premium cards. And the rest of the cards can be cheaper. But you can't do it set after set after set after set. Like, come on. There are plenty of other cards that you could have put in this set that wasn't this. It's really just disappointing. And it's a slap in the face to everybody who spent money on Commander Masters at the extremely high price. Let's look at the box prices real quick before we go any further. As you can see, a set booster box, $340, which is just absurd, down from $400. $273 for a draft, down from $300, and still going down. You compare that to Wilds of Eldraine, draft booster, $117. Yeah, less than half the cost. Set box, $119. Literally, a set box of Commander Masters is 3 times more expensive. It's just absurd. So think about it. Remember Strixhaven. We had the Spell Archive series. They were in all the packs. They were in draft. They were in set. You could get them in any of those packs, which I think is what they're going to do with this. And then in the collectors will probably be the only spot you can get the special anime versions if you open one in the collector box. Which is fine, because it's a collector card. It's a special edition art. That's where it should be. It's worth more. I'm fine with that. But it goes back to, why would we just charge $300 to $400 a box to get the exact same cards in a new standard set for $115 to $120? Like, is no one else pissed about this? And as more stuff comes out and they reveal more cards that's going to be in here, which will probably be stuff from Commander Masters, land tax, or whatever, how are you guys okay with this? Yeah, you want the cards, you want them cheap, I get it. Let me ask you this. Are you okay with throwing your money away on a game that's going to charge you extremely high prices just so you have a card that's worth nothing? If you want to compare these to game pieces, I want you to think about this. A game piece can be bought one time without any sort of variance. You know exactly what you pay, and then you're done. With this, imagine, if you will, that $50, $60 board game you bought, or more. I've seen them all the way up to $120, and the games are fun, cool, little miniatures, yada, yada, yada. Imagine that $120 game that you bought is now worth nothing. Yes, you get fun, you get enjoyment out of it, and I get that. I do. Now imagine, to play that same game, you have to spend that $120 every 3 months or once a year. Are you willing to do that just for the fact that the game won't change? I would like to think a lot of people would say no because they're smarter with their money than that. So, something to think about. And I think the real complaint that I have here on how Wizards has done this is the fact, do I think these cards should be in these cheaper packs? Yes, I do. I'm all for it. I love the idea. Go team. What I'm pissed about is the fact they just closed the door after handing us a receipt for charging us 3 times the price for the exact same shit in smaller boxes with less packs at a higher price. It's 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 freaking astounding the gall and the balls they have to do that. Do I think everything should go through standard? Yes, to some degree, I think it should. Uh, just because you'll have boxes that are 115 to 120, easy to open, cheaper packs. Everybody gets the cards, and the cards will be cheap because they're out of cheap products. Products that are like Commander Masters, the cards are expensive because the product's expensive. Now, what's going to happen when nobody wants the product? The cards won't be expensive, therefore the product won't be expensive, and everybody who bought it, has it, or bought into it is just hosed. So leave the FOMO at the door and start thinking about long-term investing with your money, because let's be honest, like I've said before, if you guys think GameStop was shady and shitholes for how they gave you $5 for your video game when you took it back when you were little, do you not see what you're looking at right here? This is you not even getting returns. This is them just saying, yeah, I'll give you $5 for that, and I'm going to charge you to get the next one. And I'm going to overcharge you. It's absurd. So, Wildsville Drain, I think it's going to be a great set because of how it's being laid out so far. I like the enchantments and the reprints that are in there. The real sting for me is the balls to do this right after Commander Masters and overpricing that product, in my opinion. Just come on. To me, it just shows a money grab effort on Wizards of the Coast to, like we had in our previous issue, boost sales to show they're doing well when really they're still driving them in the dirt. So, and if you look at it, like here's the collector box, $222. This is the same price as a Commander collector box. Yes, there's 12 packs, yada yada yada. There's not as many good pulls, so there's a difference. But let's be honest here. If you pull one of those anime art cards from that sheet in this box, it ain't got to be serialized because it is that cool. Will there be serialized cards in this? We honestly don't know. There might not be, and that's fine too. Would I like them? Yeah, probably. I think it'd be kind of neat. But how long before that becomes a thing that everybody gets tired of? So, at the end of the day, guys, I love this game. I love it all. I love playing it. And I love you guys. It's just an opinion, but at the end of the day, I just have to ask you guys, do you not feel like you're being hoodwinked and robbed because you're paying for products at an exorbitant price that you know you could get cheaper? I mean, come on. I love the game, hate how it's ran. I don't like the company and how they're doing it. So, at the end of the day, guys, put it in the comments down below what you think. I'd be more than happy to talk about it. Remember to always be kind, and as usual, if you're at Gen Con, I hope I get a chance to see you across from the game table. Later, player.